guys, and welcome to episode 29, episode 30. It's one of the two. Either episode 29 or episode 30 of my Out of the Park Baseball 21 series with the Chicago Cubs. And if you remember, in the last episode was trade deadline. We went all in, trading for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Nate Pearson from the Toronto Blue Jays. And we ran roughshod over the rest of the major leagues the last 2 months of the season. You can see 21-8 and also 32-13 over the last 2 months of the season. We finished with 110 wins, a 26 game lead over the St. Louis Cardinals, and we are just steamrolling our way into the postseason. So let's take a look at the team stats. Then we will sim through the playoffs, and we'll see where we end up. So Mookie Betts, 8 WAR season, 42 home runs, 50 doubles. This will likely be Mookie's last year with the Cubs, regardless of whether or not I am still controlling them, as he is looking for $40 million, and we have about $4 million in a little over $3 million in extension money. So this is likely to be it for Mookie in Chicago. Rafael Devers, 5.5 WAR, 30 home runs, 100 runs knocked in. Vlad Guerrero, after coming over from Toronto, was very, very good. 315, 363, 577, 939 OPS. 15 home runs in 60 games, and has learned to play a pretty good first base right off the bat. So that's worked out well for us. Dorian Gonzalez, 3.8 WAR. Again, a lot of that due to his glove, but he was acceptable with the bat. A little below average, but 35 extra base hits. I'll take it. Eric Pena had a really nice first season as a starter. 293, 53, 487. Good for 3.8 WAR. He's got Mario Guaraca on his back, though. Francisco Alvarez and Bo Naylor put together a really nice combination as our backstop. 18 home runs, 93 runs knocked in. Chris Adams had a nice rookie season. 310, 366, 558 slugging, 924 OPS, 2.5 WAR. Played primarily against righties, as he wasn't very good against lefties. You can see against lefties he hit 255, but against righties he hit 317. So Javi Baez continues to do what he's done for the last decade for us, which is hit a lot of home runs. But he's got some competition coming up next year. Mario Guaraca, apparently the major leagues are no problem for this 23-year-old. He came up and only hit 405, 468, 810 in 21 games. 4 home runs, 11 runs knocked in. He was really good. He was good for 1 WAR in only 21 games. Justin Stewart was okay in his rookie year. Brady McConnell, Tyler Nevin were backups. And Mario Gonzalez came up for a cup of coffee and went 0 for 12. So he's not quite ready for the show yet, I don't think, but next year could be a different story. On the mound, things were just as dominant for us. Nate Pearson, after coming over from Toronto, was 8-0 with a 1.81 ERA, only gave up 48 hits in 84 innings, struck out 102, good for a .66 whip. He was good for 3.6 WAR in 13 starts. He was really good. Finishes the season 19-2. German Marquez, another great season, 15-9, 2.94 ERA, 2.83 WHIP, 6.6 WAR. Sixto Sanchez with another solid season, 14-6, 304, 349 FIP, good for almost 4.5 WAR. Jim Pruitt, the 24-year-old that we got in the Rule 5 draft at the end of 2 seasons ago, 15-5, 3.60 ERA. And Anthony Mendez, our rookie and our number 5 starter, was 13-8 with a 3.60 ERA. So our starters were just, and they were healthy. I mean, you look at this, we only had Jared Jones make 2 starts, Faedo made 1, and Detmers made 1, and otherwise it was the same 5 guys all year. Jose Marcano was good in a stopper role for us. 110 strikeouts in 90 innings, good for almost 3 WAR. Cherez Butcher, one of the pitchers we got from Cleveland last year, was fantastic. 1.67 ERA. Jared Jones was very good in a swing role for us. Christopher Osorio as our closer wasn't bad. Um, Give up a few too many home runs, I think, but overall was pretty good. 84 strikeouts in 61 innings. Carlos Rodriguez was the other pitcher we got from Cleveland in the offseason, and he was pretty good as well. Really, nobody pitched poorly. Reed Detmers was the worst of the bunch, but even he was, 4.06 ERA, and he was kind of that last person in our bullpen. So we were dominant. So let's go ahead and let's get to the postseason. I know what I'm going to be doing if this is the end of it. So let's, or what I'm going to be doing next, I guess, if we end up winning it all here. So let's see what happens in the postseason. And then we'll move forward. American League East here. It looks like it's going to come down to a one-game playoff to see who makes the postseason because Cleveland, Detroit, Seattle, and LA have made it already in the American League. In the National League, Arizona, Chicago, Philadelphia, and then LA and San Francisco are your playoff teams. For some reason, it's taking forever to load, but here we go. All right, so the Orioles. Oh, wait. Blue Jays beat the Yankees and go to the postseason. So cool. Good. Couldn't happen to a nicer team. Let's go ahead and sim ahead. So my plan is to take a team. I want to continue this world, so to speak. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take the Red Sox because they've been, and you'll see, and I'm getting ahead of myself here, and that could end up backfiring. But assuming I win the World Series, I'm going to continue this world with the Red Sox, and you'll see when we look at them, they've just been an abject train wreck, really since the save started. They were 59 and 103 last season. They have absolutely no prospects to speak of. They're paying a 37-year-old Nolan Arenado like $20 million a year. It's ugly. So I'm going to try to rebuild my favorite team, the Boston Red Sox. You can see some of the offensive performances. Gleyber Torres, 61 home runs. Miguel Sano, 146 RBIs to go along with 57 home runs. All right, so we're going to be taking on the San Francisco Giants here in the National League Division Series. And let's take a look at the Giants real quick. All right, so you can see not a lot of offense. One of the worst offenses in the National League. Very good pitching staff. Peralta, Corey, Alex Galvin, and Sean Anderson will be their starters. Really, their only offensive threat is Victor Ruelas, 24-year-old to 29 home runs. About it. Other than that, they're a pretty average team. So hopefully that bodes well for us. They have old friend Adam Hazley on their team. Just noticed that. Let's go in and we got to do this first. So we're going to go pitching staff. Since 3-man rotation, Marquez, Pearson, Sanchez. There'll be a setup. Leaf. What does that do to them? Not much. Yeah, so we're just going to leave it like that. Marquez, Pearson, and Sanchez will be our starters here in the postseason. Let's get to it. And we win 5-4. Ruelas and Adams each homer. Wow, we were losing going in the bottom of the 8th. We scored a run in the bottom of the 8th, run in the bottom of the 9th to pull this one out. Marquez was okay, but the bullpen, as per usual, was outstanding. And they pitched Brady Singer, another former Cub. Got Nate Pearson going now against Tyler Dyson. Series is tied at 1. They beat us 8-7. Wow, we hit 1, 2, 3, 4. We hit 5 home runs and couldn't win. Adams went 3 for 5. Alvarez hit a pair of home runs. Pearson was bad. Wow. Okay. Like I said, I think I may have gotten ahead of myself talking about the what's coming up next. So Sixto Sanchez against Freddie Peralta. We need this one. Peralta's their best starter. He was 16-6 with a 2.98 ERA. Let's see if we can pull this one out. Don't we lose again? Wow. And it was the bullpen who lost this one again. Aaron Fletcher gave up 3 runs in 2/3 of an inning. Devers with a solo home run. Wow. I'm going to win 110 games and potentially lose in the NLDS. So we're going to need Marquez and Pearson to step up here. We were 11-1 against them in the regular season, and we're 1-2 against them here in the postseason. All right, here we go. As against Corey. And we win 8-6. Oh, it looks like Marquez didn't pitch. Who pitched in this one? Started. Alex Faedo started. Ugh. And then the rookie, Alex Bernal, came in, pitched 2 2/3. There are quite some coaching decisions there, I guess. Pena and Baez each homer. All right, so let's take a look at today. Let's look at our pitching staff. Kez is ready to go. Here, do I start Marquez or I think I'm gonna start? You got to start Marquez, right? He's our ace. He's our guy. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to start German Marquez here against Tyler Dyson, and we'll keep our fingers crossed. And we win 3-2. We win game 5, 3-0. German Marquez with a masterpiece. 7 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. Rafael Devers is named the MVP, and we move on. Oof, that was rough. Hope they're not all that scary. So, all right, we're going to be playing the Philadelphia Phillies here. Take a look at the Phillies real quick. All right, so the Phillies also won 100 games this year, 103-59. Pretty good offense, pretty good pitching staff. Yeah, Bryce Harper, 40 home runs. Matt Chapman moved his way over to Philadelphia this year. Continued to do what he's done year after year, 40 home runs, play Gold Glove defense. Gage Workman out of nowhere to hit 50 home runs. Alex Perina's a rookie. Look at those numbers out of the rookie. 322, 399, 633. They have Garrett Crochet, who's one of the best pitchers in baseball, 20-6. He struck out 310 batters on the season. Thankfully, we don't see him for a couple of games. It looks like he pitched 2 days ago. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Jordan Balazovic, Spencer Howard, and Yohan Antonak are their other starters. That offense is something special. For us, I think we're going to have to go to a 4-man. I have to go to, because I don't want them to accidentally start Fado again. Then Pruitt, the emergency starting pitcher, just in case that happens. All right, so let's go to playoff coverage and let's get this one started. Antonak against Pearson, game 1 of the NLCS. Lose 4-1. Not a good start. Bryce Harper with a grand slam in the 6th inning. Pearson has lost as many games in the postseason as he lost all regular season. Okay. We're now down 2-0. We lose 4-3. Unbelievable. JT Realmuto homered. Archimedes Gamboa homered. For us, Devers went 3 for 4 with a couple of runs knocked in. Sanchez was really good, but the bullpen gave it up. All right, well, we got to win 4 of the next 5 games now against a team that won 103 games in the regular season. And we are facing Garrett Crochet. So we're facing the best pitcher in baseball, sending our worst pitcher against them, and we're down 2-0. Hey, and we win. We win 8-7. Nevin, Guerrero, Alvarez, homer, Chapman, Harper, Baylor, and Perina homer twice for the Phillies, yet we still managed to win in 12 innings. Happened in the 12th inning. Single by Chris Adams, pop out, walk, single. Guerrero with a 2-run double, wild pitch. And Perina hit a 2-run home run, but we stay alive. Now down 2-1, and we've got Marquez, Pearson, and Sanchez going in the next 3 games. So you got to feel pretty good about this, depending on what happens here. And we win 5-0. German Marquez with another outstanding performance. 8 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 12 strikeouts. So in his last 2 starts, 15 innings, 4 hits, and 23 strikeouts, I think. Let's take a look. Yeah, look at that. 15 innings, 3 hits, 3 walks, 23 strikeouts in his last 2 starts. He has been dominant. Let's take a look at that. We're looking at the box score. Let's take a look at the offense. Javi Baez hits a home run. Adams with a home run. Vlad Jr. with a home run. So 3 solo home runs gets the job done. Tie the series at 2. We have Nate Pearson going in Game 5 against Yoan Antonak. And we lose that one. Wow. So Pearson goes 19-2 in the regular season. And he is I guess he didn't pick up the loss. Jose Marcano, 6 runs in 2/3 of an inning. So we're going to have to win Game 6 and Game 7. Balazovic and Crochet will be going for Philadelphia. And for us, it will be Sanchez. And I don't know if I'm going to start Mendez. We'll see what happens in Game 6. Here we go. Balazovic against Sanchez in Game 6. And we tie it. We win 6-2. Youngster Mario Gonzalez with a grand slam in the bottom of the 8th inning to keep against their closer, Kyle Dowie. Wow. All right, so we're going to Game 7. All right, so do we go with Mendez or do we go with Mark? I think we go with Marquez on short notice. So Marquez is the next pitcher. So we're going to go Marquez in Game 7 against Crochet. Let's keep our fingers crossed. We win again. Yes. Vlad Guerrero wins the MVP, the NLCS MVP. So, wow, what a comeback. We were trailing 2-0 and 3-2, and we win the series 4-3. We take Game 7, 6-4. We score 2 runs in the bottom of the 10th inning to do it. Javi Baez, the veteran, with a 2-run walk-off home run in the bottom of the 10th inning to send us to the World Series. And again, it didn't start. I don't understand that. I started Marquez, and they still went with Mendez, and ended up working out. Mendez pitched really, really well. Rodriguez almost blew it, but Kyle Dowie had another rough outing, and we win it in the bottom of the 10th. 2-run home run by the veteran, Javi Baez, only hitting a $196 in the postseason, but 4 home runs. Vlad Guerrero, takes home the MVP. So we move on to the 2027 World Series to face off against whom? The Cleveland Indians. And our pitchers should be fresh, so we'll be going Marquez, Pearson, and Sanchez here. And let's take a look at the Cleveland roster real quick. Offensively, led by Francisco Lindor, who continues to play well, even though his numbers are starting to drop. Nolan Jones, 40 home runs. A lot of power. Pretty good pitching staff. Brian Rocio, playing pretty well for them. Jake Bowers. Jose Ramirez continuing to get it done at age 35. Pitching Daniel Espino, another flamethrower. Doesn't have the stamina, so only threw 147 innings in 32 starts last year. Joe Ryan, the former Cub, this was his first season with the Indians. He was hurt for most of the season, only made 14 starts, but he looks like he's back in time for the World Series. Jesus Gomez and Ethan Hankins are their starters. Aaron Savale, one of their starters for the year, is out for the season. All right, move on to the World Series. They went 95 and 67, so it's going to be Espino against Marquez in Game 1. And we take a 1-0 lead as Marquez just continues to pitch well as he pitches 7 innings, 1 run, 8 strikeouts. We get home runs from Adams and Vlad Guerrero. Good start to the World Series. Next up is Nate Pearson, who's been really bad here in the playoffs. So let's see what happens in World Series Game 2 as he'll be facing off against former Cub Joe Ryan. And we take a 2-0 lead as Pearson was really good in this one. 6 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. So nice bounce back there. 3 doubles out of our catcher, Francisco Alvarez. A couple of RBIs by Eric Pena. Adams and Guerrero each drove in a run. So we are up 2-0 here in the World Series. 2 wins to go. Sixto Sanchez will be starting for us in Game 3 against Jesus Gomez, who's pitched really well for them here in the postseason. And we take a 3-0 lead as we beat up on the Indians 8-3 in Game 3. Offensively, Eric Pena had 2 home runs. Tyler Nevin getting a start, 2 for 4 with 3 runs knocked in. Mario Guaraca gets a start, gets a couple of hits. So, unusual lineup, but one that works out for us. Sixto Sanchez only went 4 2/3. It wasn't a great outing there. It's okay, though. Game 4, we're looking for a sweep here. Anthony Mendez against Ethan Hankins. Hankins won 16 games for the Indians this season. Let's see what happens in Game 4. We lose 8-5. Adams homered, Benson and Jones homer for the Indians. Mendez and Butcher were pretty bad. It's fine. So it's going to be Espino against Marquez in Game 5. I want to take a look at something. I want to make sure. It wouldn't surprise me if I didn't have my lineup set. Because I'm lazy. So let's see. Yeah. All right. Oh, God. It backfired on me. So I need a first baseman and a center fielder. So Vlad. Stupid of me. And shame on me. Stick with that. All right. All right, so let's see what happens here in Game 5. Espino against, it should be Espino against Marquez. And we win. We win the World Series. It only took a decade, but we win the World Series. We win 5-4 in Game 5. 3 runs in the top of the ninth. We went into the ninth trailing 3-2. We scored 3 runs in the top of the ninth. What happened in the top of the ninth inning? First of all, let's look at the... So Marquez pitched well again. Marcano and Osorio came on and shut it down. Let's take a look at the game log. So top of the ninth. All right. So Baez led off with a ground out. Bo Naylor doubled. Logan Allen came on, faced Guaraka and walked him. Tyler Nevin with a pinch hit single, scoring Naylor to tie the game. Then Mookie Betts in his final at bat as a Chicago Cub comes in and knocks in a pair with a double. And we take a 2-run lead. 5 triple strikeout flat. This was a big out right here. Strikeout with a runner on third and 1 out. And we do it. Only took us a decade, guys, but we finally won the World Series. So let's go ahead and play until the season ends. We'll take a quick look at the Red Sox, the team I will be taking over, and then we'll call it an episode. And then the next episode will be the 2027 offseason with the 59 and 103 Boston Red Sox. So quite a playoff series. We were down 2-0 to the Giants, won 3 straight games, down 2-0 and 3-2 to the Phillies, came back and won that one. And then we pretty much steamrolled the Indians with the exception of the manager's brain fart in Game 4 where he wasn't starting Vlad Guerrero. So I'm going to pretend this is the reverse Theo Epstein. I'm going to go from the Cubs to the Red Sox. Finally, win the World Series. So if we take a look at our team history, we took over in 2020. We went 75 and 87 in our first year, 89 and 73, 99 and 63. We had a down year in 2023, came back in 2024. 2024 through 2027 were just amazing seasons for us. 96 wins, 109 wins, 96 wins, 110 wins, and we finally break through in 2027. So let's take a look at the Boston Red Sox and show you what we're getting ourselves into here, guys. So started in 2020, 79 and 83, 80 and 82, 71 and 91. Their high water mark was 2023 where they went 84 and 78, and then it's just been a disaster since then. 71 and 91, 56 and 103, 68 and 94, 59 and 103 this past season. Take a look at the roster. There's not much here. Nolan Arenado, 36 years old, still playing pretty well though. Jeter Downs is 29. Let's do it. Yeah, I mean, there's just not much. DJ Burt is a 32-year-old. Ryan McMahon, 32. He's getting paid over $20 million as well. On the pitching side, Aldo Ramirez isn't bad. Ryan Mata's been bad. Jamison Teon still got a year left on his. It's just bad, guys. They got a couple of halfway decent prospects, but nothing to write home about. We have money, a little bit, not much. So this first year is going to be a teardown. There isn't a single person on this roster who is safe. You can see they're old. So this is not going to be easy, but that will be the next episode. We will go through offseason number 1 as the new general manager of the Boston Red Sox after finally winning the World Series with the Chicago Cubs. I hope you guys enjoyed the Cubs series. It was my very first YouTube out of the park baseball. It really was my first YouTube video, period. Hope you guys enjoyed it and hope you will enjoy what I have coming up. So until we talk again, everybody take care. Bye-bye.